What's up, you guys? I'm here with my friend Gina, and we're here just to make a quick video. Nothing too crazy, nothing too long, in regards to how we're actually feeling. Gina had this idea of making a video. We didn't know exactly what we were going to talk about, and I was like, hey, like, I think something that's really needed right now is like a breath of fresh air. And we feel like a lot of people our age are still trying to figure out life and getting new jobs or moving out, for the first time. And we felt that like people kind of have this pressure to like kind of act like everything is going okay. And so we just kind of wanted to just ask the simple question, like, how are you actually feeling right now? It can be negative or it can be positive too. I'll start off. I am just, I guess the question, like how I would answer, how am I actually feeling right now? I'm feeling challenged. I'm feeling challenged in my relationship. So my girlfriend's name is Andrea. She lives in San Diego. Hi, Andrea. And doing long distance is super hard. It's super hard. Have you been in a long distance relationship?
Yeah, I mean, I think I haven't been in a long distance relationship, but I think that I could imagine it could be really hard. Just because I don't know, like, you're not able to be next to the person and you're not able to just drive 30 minutes away. I mean, I think the longest distance I've been is like 45 minutes.
And that's long.
Yeah,
that's long for me. And this girl is 10 hours away. 8 hours, whatever it might be. And so we met in middle school, but like we're starting our relationship being long distance. And so there was never like a foundation built before that. The point is, I'm being really challenged right now because she has yet to feel, comfortable, feel like in a point of our relationship where she's comfortable enough to come and visit all of my friends here. I have a lot of friends here. It is a little overwhelming, and I would be too. And so it's been challenging to be patient and wait until she's ready to come up here. I love her with all my heart. And I don't want to pressure her or like make her feel pressured to come up here before she's ready. And so what I wanted to reference is something that God has been kind of showing me through this, like just being challenged through this, is Romans 5:8. I should have had this pulled up before we started. Gina has her Bible pulled up already, and I am not ready. So this will be the 5th trip down there. I'm gonna go see her in 2 weeks, in 6 months, which is crazy. Now, some of those were to go see my family that lives in San Diego, but 5 trips in 6 months, that's a lot. I'm not a traveling guy. I would prefer not to travel.
I would actually enjoy that because I like traveling.
That's crazy.
I'd be fine with it. But
Yeah, I like being home. So Romans 5:6 says, when we were utterly helpless, Christ came at just the right time and died for us sinners. Now, most people would not be willing enough to die for an upright person, though some might perhaps be willing to die for a person who is especially good. But God showed his great love for us by sending Christ to die for us while we were still sinners. And the reason I bring this up is because all the times that I kind of think about going down to San Diego, spending more money on flights, I'm renting a car this next time, and it's just, I feel like it's getting harder and harder the longer we draw this out. God just reminded me the other day on the airplane how he was patient with me. He was patient with me, and he didn't pressure me back into a relationship with him. I grew up Catholic. I knew who God was. Heck, I even started a Bible study in college, and I fell away from my faith for 7 years.
Wow, I didn't know that you started a Bible study in college.
Yeah, I did.
That's cool.
But I fell away from my faith, and that's a story in of itself. Until recently, last year, when God like captured my heart again, and He didn't judge me, He didn't pressure me, He didn't make me feel bad about myself. I think, and so I was just reminded, man, like, God has shown me so much mercy. He died for me not when I was ready for him. He died for me before I was ready for him. So man, he served me before I even acknowledged him.
Wow.
And that was huge. Like, man, like I want to have a heart where I just serve my girlfriend with that expectation. And so that really encouraged me. So I'm feeling challenged, but God is showing me more about himself in that sense through this process.
Yeah, I think there's something to say definitely about the patience of God and how he reveals to us, the fruit of the Spirit, right? Like patience and like long suffering is part of the fruit of the Spirit, and there's something to say about, the way God teaches us patience and the way that he reveals his own patience to us, but also like that piece about serving is really, really good. Like the way he is such a servant, he's God, but he's such a servent. It's like he doesn't have to serve us, but he does, and it's the same way for us, right? We don't have to serve, others, but we do. But we do because we're reflecting Jesus, right? Like that's who we follow.
Yeah. Man, I was telling my girlfriend the other day, like, I don't know if I would have the strength to continue if it wasn't for God first doing this for me.
Amen.
And having a role model,
that's so good.
An example. So anyway, so how are you doing, Gina? That was my little few minutes.
Yeah.
How are you actually doing right now?
Yeah, so I am tired.
That's fair.
Right now, I'm tired. It's been an interesting and busy season for me. And I think there's busyness, but it's been like a lot of busyness. I've had like 6 hours of sleep like per night,
Really?
I'm
a 9-hour kind of guy.
I've like had like 6 hours of sleep, like
6 is so little.
And like there's just some kind of discouraging things happening in my family right now as well. Like there's a mental health challenge happening.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
In my family, and so it just kind of adds an extra layer of just like I guess low level stress and like just being exhausted.
It's just another thing in the background that creeps in sometimes and discourages you.
Yeah, and it can be like sometimes like fearful. Like I can feel sometimes fearful as well, that like I don't know where the fear is coming from, but it can just, rise up and even now like I just started a job 6 weeks ago, and I'm like it's been amazing.
Recent master's grad.
Almost. I will be traveling to New York this week, starting tomorrow actually. Thursday.
For your graduation?
For my graduation.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool. My girlfriend just graduated last week.
Oh yeah. Cool. Yeah, super cool. So there's just a lot happening in this season. I feel like this is the way that God is revealing himself to me in this season is more around his like trusting him through the process, right? Like even in the middle of the valley, that we trust him and that we are able to hang on to him and hang on to the words that he has for us. Even like yesterday when Pastor Jacob was doing the Bible study, that it was so impactful to me because it's like hanging on to the words that God has said through every season, and how powerful words are. And I was thinking the other day too, or yesterday, it was about like the scripture that says death and life is in the power of the tongue, and you just think about how God's words are so powerful. That's why it's that way, but I felt like the scripture that was relevant for where I'm at this season was Matthew 11:29 and 30, which says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And so I really feel like God is teaching me. I feel like this is an ongoing learning for me. I really feel like God is really teaching me again in another way in this season how to just release the burden to him and let his yoke be on me, which is so easy and light,
Yeah, a lot of us, I feel like we carry the yoke of the world, and the yoke of the world is full of expectations. It's full of guilt, and it's so heavy. It's like it's so heavy if we're carrying, we're all carrying a yoke, whether it's God's yoke or the world's yoke.
Yeah, wow, that's so good. Yeah,
and so whenever I don't allow myself to carry God's yoke, I'm carrying a pretty heavy yoke, and so I'm sure you can relate to that too.
Absolutely.
So right now you're just in a season of like taking on God's yoke and like trusting him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, taking on his yoke, trusting him, and just releasing everything else, you know. So yeah.
So right now you're feeling encouraged by that passage.
Yeah.
Amidst your overwhelming schedule right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's inviting us into an opportunity, you know, right? Like it's like an opportunity to really to just not like to receive what we already have, right? Like he's like, here, take it. You know, it's something that he's already like his hands are fully open, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's kind of like a good segue into like a little conclusion. Like the reason we're even making this video right now is because we just felt like we wanted to share like, man, the things that we're going through right now in our lives are not trivial. Like they're not just things that are just a part of life and then at the end you just die and then like that's it. Like this isn't meaningless. Our lives are not meaningless. And so we're choosing to take the circumstances we're in and allow God to show himself more of who he is. And so that's so amazing how God is just with his hands open like, hey, I want to show you more of who I am. I want to show you how good I am. I want to show you how easy my yoke is. I just want you to look at me. You know, I just want you to look at me. So I think both of our, you know, lives right now and kind of what we're going through are meant for us to look more at God and to just revel in his goodness. So I want to end with that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't know where we're going with this. We might make another one or two. Stay tuned for now. This is Sway and Gina. We'll catch you guys later.
Bye.
Peace.